Hey guys, this is Stroflate here, back with another YouTube video, and today I am reviewing this shader and texture pack that I have downloaded on Minecraft Bedrock Edition for mobile. Quick little update: if you do usually watch my Bullet Force videos, this is just a little filler for the impending update before that's released. Back to the video. So the textures and shaders that I'm using here are going for a more realistic take on the game, and I think it's actually really interesting that I can run the game fairly smoothly even with the shader and high resolution texture pack installed. So this pack is a 256 by 256 pixel resolution, and I will be showing just the pack itself and the shader right here. So right here we have the active ones. We have the RWSPE Shader 3.0, and as you can see, it's just a realistic world shadow, just shaders for Pocket Edition. And I also have the LB Photorealism 256 by 256 resolution texture pack, and this was actually converted over from PC. It was originally on Java, and somebody converted it conveniently to mobile. So as you can see here, some of the textures are pretty cool. So you can see, I believe this is spruce stair. We have this nice spruce door. It has very high resolution. Like, even if you stand farther away from it, it looks almost like it doesn't really look like Minecraft really. We're just gonna walk around. This is a map that I installed, but as you can see, I'm not sure if this was an issue with the texture pack itself or with how I loaded it, but some textures are glitchy. Like this door is only partially works, whereas some vanilla textures remain, as well as the chests here. It's a lot of enchanted books right there. But as you can see, some of the chests, some items such as weaponry and armor are unfortunately not textured to have a higher resolution. So I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure that's how it's supposed to be, and maybe the person who converted the pack just never got around to adding this, or maybe it didn't exist in the first place. But this also includes mobs, as you can see here. But overall, that's a rather minor detail. This is still, for the most part, a very realistic, very high resolution texture pack. So I do really like that. The shaders, I also feel like that really contributes to how the realism pans out here. These shaders just add much more dynamic lighting, and it makes the experience just overall more immersive. So I will be doing a continuance of an exploration of this map. This is actually based off of, I believe, a Skyrim village or something, and it's just a pretty nice build. I'd say it's more of a medieval take. This looks like a cathedral of some sort. See, as you can see here, the shaders really do a nice job of using the torchlight to create like a warm glowing effect, and this is actually pretty cool. It reminds me of Harry Potter, the floating candles. Okay, let's get back down. Let's actually check out a view here. I have daylight cycle off. I have it, I think, either around dawn or around sunset right here. But that's just, I'm doing that so we can just get a full effect of the shaders in action, because when it's midday, shadows aren't necessarily casted as significantly compared to maybe just while the sun is in a cycle. So you can see here that the sun is either around sunrise or sunset, and as you may notice right here, I have my render distance fairly low, and that's just so the game doesn't lag out too much or have too much FPS drop, because as you can see here, this is on mobile, so some of these textures and animations could prove to be pretty resource intensive, especially for the CPU on the mobile device. So I still think it's very, very surprising that this texture pack can actually run, for the most part, pretty smoothly on mobile, but I'm glad it does. And as you can see some of the examples of the shaders in action here, and once again, this grass block is partially textured with the default, with only the top being high resolution, but that's just another minor detail. So this map is actually fairly large. This is only one of the multitude of cities that can be found here. So on the outskirts of this village here, we have some additional structures. This looks like an inn or a farm of some sorts, but I'm going to try and find the road that leads to potentially another city. So looks like we have a road right here, just a nice cobblestone texture. I really like this cobblestone. It has a very neat texture to it, very detailed. And alright, so we just came from Scrimville. Now we can move on to Swampton. And each town or city, just establishment, has its own unique traits, such as you can see in Swampton here, the city is just built on the water pretty much. So it's connected by a series of canals and bridges. I really like this design choice right here. One thing that I am rather disappointed with in this shader pack is that it didn't really do much with the water. As you can see here, the water is pretty bland, no special waving animation, and when you submerge yourself, it does not produce any special effect underwater. But for the most part, this is a pretty solid shader pack, and this is a pretty solid map to showcase on. So that'll probably wrap it up for this video. This is just a quick little upload that I'll be testing on my channel. I know I mainly upload Bullet Force videos, but I have gotten occasional requests to play Minecraft. So this will be my first installment of potentially a new series that could be running up on my channel. So if you have any suggestions or anything you would like to say, be sure to comment down below, and if you want to see more of this content in the future, be sure to like the video and subscribe with notifications turned on. And without further ado, this is Straflight, out.